Hey everyone, Chris here from OptionsStrategiesInsider.com, and today's September 22nd. I wanted to look back at a report that I put out exactly 1 month ago, so August 22nd, when I highlighted that the market was going to turn and start to sell off. What did I see that made me put out this report? So here's the report, and the first thing I did is I took a look at the S&P 500, the long chart. And this goes back to the dot-com bubble busting, but I really wanted to look at after the financial crisis. So I drew an impulse wave, and this is Elliot wave analysis. So I drew an impulse wave. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at the beginning of 2022, we could see that the market was selling off. It sold off till June. In June, it had a rally for a couple months, and then it was my prediction that we would sell off. And I figured this out because we can draw a symmetrical move between wave A and wave C. So however distance a wave falls, wave C is going to fall the same distance. So we drew this out here to wave A. Here's the bottom of wave A. Then we have wave B, and then we can start our draw down from the top of wave B all the way to where we think wave C will end. And that's at about 3,400 in the S&P 500. All right, so if I go back to the report, let's go look at QQQ. Pretty much the same thing for QQQ. It's the exact same chart, but we can figure out that QQQ is going to fall to about 220. But I wanted to have a closer look at the daily QQQ chart, so I wanted to zoom in here. And first thing we can see is lighter volume. So lighter volume is a good indication that the market is about to turn. And we can see here lighter volume. We can see the turn is already starting to happen a little bit. And this looks a bit confusing, but here is the top of wave 5. This is at the start of the year. We have an impulse wave down. Then we have a corrective wave, which is marked here by B. And then it's my prediction that we're going to have another move down to C. And wave C is going to match wave A. So let's go ahead. And I want to look at, this is actually the current chart as of right now. And we can see this is where we are at August 22nd, and I'm predicting we're going to go and that's exactly what has happened. We've gone and so this is working out perfectly. This is the power of Elliott wave analysis. The next thing we see is negative RSI reversals. So I highlighted, we were seeing these all over the place. So negative RSI reversals are not that common. When you see them, it's a good money-making opportunity. And at the end of August, we were seeing them all over the place, which was really abnormal. So here we have a situation where we have a lower high in the stock price, but a higher high in RSI. And you can see we've kind of drew these lines here. Whenever we see these, this is a good indication that the stock is going to break down. So we saw these in Microsoft, MRTX, IYJ, and there was a whole bunch more too, but these are the ones that I chose to highlight. And all of these stocks have since broken down. But the next thing I want to look at is Apple. So Apple, we had an expanding triangle. We had another impulse wave higher, and then it was our conclusion that there was going to be a corrective wave that would form right here. We also saw that RSI was really high, so that's another indication that this thing's about to break down. Now, if I go back to where we are today and I look at Apple, we can see here is the Elliott wave that we drew, and it's almost another exact match. So we can see Apple has totally broken down, and we've made a lot of money from these moves. So while the rest of the market was probably struggling, a lot of people were thinking that the bear market was over and that the bulls were going to take off again. We were not in that camp at all. We were thinking that the market was going to get slaughtered, and that's exactly how we played it at OptionsStrategiesInsider.com.